They're jam-packed into Busch Stadium in downtown St. Louis for Game 2 of this National League Championship Series. The Cardinals came away Game 1 winners here last night. And the Astros looking to even the series with Roy Oswalt. Starting at 4, the Redbirds. 28-year-old left-hander, grew up just outside Chicago. In his first year with the Redbirds, Mark Mulder.
You see the numbers on Mark Mulder for the season. A 16-game winner, ERA of just over 3.5. Not a big-time strikeout pitcher. He'll get his share of strikeouts. He's got a fastball, curve, and a changeup.
3-2 to Biggio. Lined into left field, and he starts the opening inning with a base hit.
Attempt it that way. He's not as comfortable when he has to square around and actually sacrifice bunt.
Drops this one down beautifully. It will advance a runner, and late getting over was Grzelcyk. Nowhere near the bag, and Nunez just had a stick in his pocket. 14 RBIs his last 12 postseason games. And chase what would have been ball 3 for strike 3. Double play ball here. Their 9th double play of the postseason.
Outstanding numbers during the regular season for Oswalt. As you mentioned, Tommy, back-to-back 20-win seasons. Scouting report on Oswalt. We'll go back to what we talked about before. We're not talking about the back end of your pickup.
Shot into right field, and a diving play made by Jason Lane. Two on Edmonds. Lined by a diving Ensberg into left field. Nice piece of hitting there by Edmonds. Cam just in front of the home plate area. Runner going in a ground ball. They're not going to be able to turn 2. They get the out on Pujols, but in a scoring position is Edmonds, and the Cardinals were the best team in the National League. Diamond Cam not only looking at the batter, but right up at Roy Oswalt, who zeroes in on his 3-2 pitch to Larry Walker. And it's ball 4. So here comes Reggie Sanders.
That's hot.
Thanks for showing up.
Ground ball to third. And that'll end the inning. Can that guy ever drive in a run? Cardinals lead 2. No score at the end of 1. Strike 3 called on the outside corner by home plate umpire Greg Gibson, and Jason Lane does not agree. 2-1 to Burke. That ball driven hard into deep right center field. Edmonds not going to catch up with this. It goes to the wall. And why not call him the bait? He's making a turn, going for third. Here comes a throw. On the money, and he got in there. Nunez not happy with the call, and here comes Tony La Russa. 2-1 on Adam Everett. And a bouncer right back to the mound. And the Astros continue to struggle, and struggle mightily.
Oh, Oswalt had 13 hits during the regular season, every one of them singles. He'll go up there and give you a tough at-bat.
Runners on the corners, 2 away. Runner takes off for second base, and the pitch gets away, and Burke is going to score from third. That is the first run the Cardinals have allowed in the first 3 innings of any of their postseason games this year. And a 4-pitch walk to the opposing pitcher by Mulder.
This guy's doing an amazing job on a night-to-night basis.
Strike 3 to Biggio will end the inning. But Burke, stretching a double into a triple, scores on a pass ball.
By the time Mark Grzelcyk gets to the plate.
There's a lot to clean up now. That bat littered all over the infield.
He's saying it's a foul ball. Grzelcyk said that ball bounced off his foot, but there was so many pieces of wood and everything else flying around. I don't know how anybody would know. comes Tony out to talk about it. Drud's asking if someone will get some help.
Once Jason Isringhausen got the ball in the ninth, and Abraham Nunez is gone on strikes. First strikeout of the night for Roy Oswalt. Joe Buck, Tim McCarver, and Lou Piniella coming from Angel Stadium in Anaheim. Fly ball by Molina into right field. A 1-2-3 second for Oswalt. We go to the third. 1-0 Houston in front.
His father said he knew he was going to be a good player when he gave him a wiffle ball bat at 3 years old, and he whacked the first pitch he saw over the house.
Drilled and able to knock it down as Eckstein, but he couldn't field it cleanly. I'm sure that'll be scored a base hit. It is. Well, we talked about it through the years. If a left-handed pitcher does not have a good move to first, really it's his own fault. As Berkman drives one into deep right center field, Edmonds on the run and has room in front of the wall. And Taveras had already rounded second base. He taps that and races back into first. Berkman just missing to the opposite field.
You have to wait for him to actually drop the leg and drive towards home, so you lose that much more time.
There he goes. Pitch down, throw by Molina is in time to cut down Taveras. And he disagrees with Bill Cousy.
It's very tough for that second base umpire to determine whether the foot was on the bag before the tag or the other way around.
Ensberg does go the other way, and the sinking liner caught by Walker to end the inning. One hit, nobody left after 2.5. 1-0 Houston. We're doing the same. We're going to eavesdrop on his conversation when David Eckstein came up for the first time tonight. Our Fox sounds of the game.
Anticipating Eckstein trying to hit that ball the opposite field once again.
Pulls it on the ground. Ensberg, nice play to his left, and throws out Eckstein. 2 away. Now time for our Verizon B-Cast graduating class 32.
I waited behind more people in line for coffee this morning.
Check swing and a miss. A 1-2-3 third for Oswalt. He has a 1-0 lead. 1-2 to Lane. Popped up. Short right field. Walker coming on to get it, 1 away.
You know, both these pitchers tonight feature a real good overhand curve, the old 12-6 curve. Scooter, what the heck is a 12-6 curve?
I got to get his agent.
1-1 to Chris Burke. This one in the air down the right field line. Pujols called off by Grzelcyk. So they finally get Chris Burke out.
With a sinking fastball or maybe even a changeup down and away.
Got him a chase away, and that'll end the inning. A 1-2-3 4th for Mulder. Pujols will begin things in the Cardinals' 4th. They're down a run.
Loves him for it.
Hard hit ball. Nice play by Berkman. He'll feed Oswalt at the bag, and Pujols so for 2 tonight. For more information on Major League Baseball, log on to foxsports.com. Keyword Budweiser. They had Walker played perfectly. Normally a base hit into center field, but Everett bottles it up and throws him out.
You get the feeling Oswalt's put old Scooter in his back pocket.
Diving play by Ensberg, gets to his feet, throws, and it's into the Cardinal dugout. That'll be an infield hit, and then a throwing error, sending Sanders to second base. 1-2 to Grzelcyk. Sanders in scoring position, a tying run, and a ground ball at Biggio. Down on one knee to make sure, and that'll end the inning. 1-0 at the end of 4. We return to St. Louis after a break from your local Fox station. 3-2 to Osmus. And he drives a ball into deep left center field. He will reach to begin this inning. And he will pull up at second base with a double. This Astro team during the regular season shut out 7
when Osmus was up there.
Let's see if they're going to ask Oswalt to bunt or pull the bat back and take a rip at it. He lays down the bunt, and you can't do it any better than that. Even charging Nunez at third, Pujols at first, he puts it down and advances Osmus. Well done by Oswalt.
Nunez from third base. The only play they had was to first.
And a bouncing ball is going to get the run home. Biggio thrown out at first by the shortstop Eckstein, but scoring from third is Ausmus. And Bob Brenly, you said it when the inning began, how things would change if Ausmus could get on base. He did. They got him on. Back to Mulder. That'll end the inning. But a leadoff double, a sacrifice by Oswalt, a ground out by Biggio. Oswalt with a 2-0 lead midway through it. Latter third in the Cardinal batting order here in the last of the 5th inning. Nunez puts down a bunt, but right in front of the plate, easy for Ausmus. 1 pitch and 1 out. We caught up with pitching coach Jim Hickey a moment ago and asked him the pressure.
Is that just because he feels so confident in his fastball?
Well, I think absolutely. I think that's because of the fact he's throwing his fastball for strikes and he's throwing it at a pretty good location also. But I would imagine if they start catching up with the fastball just a little bit, you'll probably see a couple of more of those slower off-speed pitches.
There's that breaking ball. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night for Mulder on 3 pitches. Subway pitching matchup. 3-2 to Eckstein. Fastball high. The runners get started on his 3-2 pitch. Does he dare flip a 3-2 breaking ball up there after all these fastballs? Yes, and it's strike 3.
Did not get on a couple of fastballs earlier in the sequence.
And then a base hit by Lance Berkman begins the Houston 6th inning. Astros with a 2-0 lead.
Tough part about that strikeout for Edmonds too is
1-2 to Morgan with Berkman over at first. And that ball driven into right center field. On the run is Edmonds, and he will get it, making a diving play at the track. Another star defensive effort by Jimmy Edmonds. 100%. Not even close. Pulled the string on him there. And Vaughn swinging his lane, 2 away in the inning. Little number that will stay fair for Pujols. He comes in to get it before it went foul. Pujols, Walker, Sanders coming up. Edmonds saves another run. It's 2-0 Houston. But a beauty in there to Albert. He threw him back-to-back breaking balls. His last at bat. Came back with a fastball, and it is launched. The Cardinals are on the board.
Out.
Very next pitch, a ground ball at Berkman, and Oswalt did not get over to cover the bag, and then Berkman had a sprint to beat Walker there. 3 straight fastballs up and into Sanders, and 3 times a swing and a miss, 2 away in the inning. Come right back with a breaking ball down and away, and a comebacker to the mound to end the inning. Pujols a home run to shave the lead in half. We're back to St. Louis after a break from your local Fox station. 1-1 to Adam Everett. On the ground down to Abraham Nunez. And Mulder sets down the first batter here in the Houston 7th inning. 2 runs, 6 hits, 1 error, 5 left for the Astros.
Stand out there all day long at third base and ask people to hit the ball at him and not get hit in the knee like he got hit yesterday.
Strike 3 called. Oswalt dumps one into right field, a base hit. Walker had thoughts of firing into first base, but Pujols didn't even think about it. Now Biggio lines one into center field, a base hit. Oswalt advancing on to second base, so back-to-back two-out singles. And Taveras will come up there with Houston leading 2-1 in the 7th. The Astros without a hit in the first 2 games of this series, with runners in scoring position. 0 for 11 and now 0 for 12. They stand and stretch in St. Louis. 2-1 Astros in game 2 of this NLCS. Breaking ball, and Oswalt will get to him. Boy, what a game this kid is pitching here tonight.
And how about the strikeouts and watch location, all the different locations. Here's what I've got. You guys try to hit it. He's been outstanding.
In the air, left field. Burke playing very shallow, going back and over his head and over the wall. Very surprising. Burke would be that shallow in left field. Ball 4. Let's send it downstairs to Kenny Albert.
John Rodriguez grew up in New York.
In the air, right center field. Playable for Taveras. 2 away in the inning. Runner stay put. Decision time now for the manager, Phil Garner. You have the left-hander Gallo in the bullpen.
I think he might mix it up a little bit more this at-bat.
Ground ball down to Berkman. He'll feed Oswalt at the bag, and that'll end the inning, and Oswalt pumps his fist. 7 sensational innings. Right now, a sprint game break. Here's Jeannie Zelasco. Julian Tavares takes over on the mound. Had another terrific regular season. Durable, pitching in 74 games. 3-1 to Lance Berkman. Lined into right field, and that is a fair ball into the corner. Berkman making a turn on his way to second. It dies in the corner down there. So Berkman able to pull up with a leadoff double. And you can sense it coming in again, and they tied him up. Well, that is not a productive at bat at all by Ensberg. I know he's your big RBI guy, but here in the 8th inning, you need that run out there at second base. And the other swinging. And a slow roll to short again. 2 away. Astros now 0 for 14 in this series with runners in scoring position.
He's supposed to drive the run in. Go up there and do it any way you can.
1-1 to Chris Burke. And that one comes all the way back to the screen. And they still throw down to third. That's a dangerous play by Molina. He had no chance to throw out Berkman.
Let's go of that play when they see the ball get by him. Maybe Nunez isn't even watching at that point.
And Burke, a base hit into left field. Will score Berkman. Their first hit in the first 2 games of this LCS with a runner in scoring position, and wouldn't you figure Chris Burke would be the man to get it. 1-2 to Everett. Driven into deep left center field. On the run is Sanders. Off his glove and against the wall. Rounding third and scoring is Burke. On his way to third is Everett. A run-scoring triple makes it a 4-1 Houston lead.
Now, Reggie Sanders might be shaken up a little bit out there. It
would no longer be a save situation for Ligg. It still is a save situation, and I bet we'll see Ligg. But 2 big runs in the 8th inning. Part of the order coming up for the Cardinals, down 3.
Bobby, you made the point earlier about key at-bats. How about key third outs?
Pulls a high fly ball straight away center field. Room out there for Taveras. In front of the wall, 1 away.
Jimmy Edmonds in this game has made the third out.
He pitched 8 1/3 innings. He faced 1 batter over the minimum, allowed 1 hit, and no runs.
Now we could just keep throwing ridiculous Brad Lidge numbers at you.
That's all you have to see right there.
Just watch that. Walker strikes out, thrown out at first base. Another one for you. Versus right-handed hitters the last 2 years.
Was ready. It's a pretty shrewd move. Swing and a miss. And Brad Lidge retires the side in order with a couple of strikeouts. We go to the ninth in game 2. 4-1 Houston. And now taking the ball on the mound, a starter all year long for the Cardinals, and a very good one at that. Jason Marquis.
That's the biggest problem that Tony has down in the bullpen, working that bridge to get to Isringhausen. Reyes was one of the key components in doing that, and now he doesn't have it on top of being a lefty. Same situation for the Cardinals tonight. Just 3 hits out of the first 6 hitters in the lineup for the Cardinals tonight.
On the appeal, Wally Bell said Biggio went around.
He has the pink slip on Marquis.
He'll be left in the on-deck circle, however. Cardinals come to bat, bottom of the ninth, down 3. Three on 1 to Grzelcyk. Popped up. Short left field. 1 away.
I got to take a strike in that situation, I think, if I'm leading off in this.
And only a couple of times did he ask him to go 2 innings this entire year, including that extra inning game against Atlanta. Slapped into left field, a base hit by Nunez. Again, we remind you tomorrow we continue our.
To Brad Lidge, no sense trying to bridge the gap when you've got a rested closer with a day off tomorrow.
Runner takes second base. Struck him out on a slider. And the Cardinals down to their final out. Our producer of tonight's game is Jeff Gallen. Our director, Jim Lynch. Our associate producer. 2-2. On the ground, and this should do it. Throw to first, and the Houston Astros behind Roy Oswalt and Brad Lidge win game 2 of this National League Championship Series. So the Astros go 1 for 16 with runners in scoring position in the first 2 games, yet they leave here in a 1-1 split.